gathering in places serving whiskey and beer, trying to find happiness in a bottle. I'm so glad you found your way in here. In here, what we serve is living water. Step up to the altar, drink your fill. In here, it's always happy hour. And Jesus has paid everybody's bill. Here in God's house, shattered lives are mending. Broken hearts are replaced with ones brand new. Everything you'll ever need, Jesus has paid for. Here in God's house, it's all waiting for you. Perfect people, we're just sinners saved by God's amazing grace. But in here, we'll help you carry your burden, 'cause out there, we've all been in your place. God's house, shattered lives are mending. Broken hearts are replaced with ones brand new. Everything you'll ever need, Jesus has paid for. Here in God's house, it's all waiting for you. God's house, it's all waiting for you.
Good evening, and welcome to the program. Welcome to God's house. I'm just getting myself a bit flustered here because of a lot of things going on here around me, and a lot of writing to be doing, and a lot of great music. You know, more sit and listen and look at this music. You know, we're a real anointed program tonight because we definitely have the greatest country, bluegrass and southern gospel music this side of heaven, and singers. And we also have some of the greatest friends and family members of country and southern gospel from around the world, both tuning in on Facebook Live, YouTube, and also tuning in on Radio Garden radio station from around the world. You are all very welcome. As the names are coming in, as the people are gathering, and as you're doing that wee job we asked you to do, is just hit that wee share button and hit the like button, and that gets us all onto the programs. If you're on the YouTube for the very first time, you see a wee line at the bottom there that says subscribe. Cost you nothing. Don't know why they put that in, because people get put off by saying that subscribe. It just means click on that, and that'll let you know when country and southern gospel is coming on to your station with some of the greatest music this side of heaven. One of the greatest singers of all time, sadly no longer with us, in my eyes that is, country voice and a great man. Charlie Pride's his name. He's going to sing something a little bit different for us. So do listen to the words, and welcome to the program as he brings us Ready for the Ride.
things for certain when your time is up. Well, it's ashes to ashes and dust to dust. You can run, 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 sure can't hide. When the master calls your number, better be ready for the ride. Got your friends in high places, turn your wrongs into right. Got your doctors and lawyers, girlfriends and wife. But when that hearse comes a-rolling on your final day, ain't nobody there can help you when they carry you away. You can run, 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 sure can't hide. When the master calls your number, better be ready for the ride. Mansion on the hill and light your cigars with $100 bills. But when your race is run and it's time to go, all the money in the world can't help you no more. You can run, 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 sure can't hide. The master calls your number, better be ready for the ride. You can run, 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 sure can't hide. When the master calls your number, better be ready for the ride. Oh, na, 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 na. Na 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 na.
The great voice of Charlie Pride, sadly no longer with us. A gentleman I would have probably from the age of 17 driving my first car, a little Ford, had the 8-track machine in the car, and I think Charlie Pride, Big Tom, Philomena Begley are probably some of the first 3 tapes that I would had playing in the car at the time. Absolutely loved Charlie Pride's voice. Ready for the ride from one song you may never have heard before to our next one, which is a hymn you've always heard for a long many days, and I've sang it many times. But from another singer that I really love listening to from the States, her name is Tanya Rose. That's the way it's spelled. I think it's just Tanya Rose, but I do love listening to Tanya singing as well. She brings us an old faithful, an old favourite, and with a little bit of a country bluegrass swing. And its name is What a Friend We Have in Jesus.
Sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to the Lord in prayer. Do your friends despise, forsake thee? Take it to the Lord in prayer. In his arms he'll take and shield you. You will find a solace there. Oh, you will find a solace there.
Take it to the Lord in prayer. What a great peace that is. What a friend we have in Jesus. Brought to you by Tanya Rose, all the way from, I do believe, from Tennessee. Names are coming in, folks, and they are coming in thick and fast. So I'm going to say hello to a few of our dear friends. First two names on our list is from the USA, and it's Dale Gilmer and Paddy Santoro. Good to see you coming in. As always, there's Sandra Scott and Lady Vivian Forsyth of Bangor. Good to see you in, Vivian, this evening. I hope and pray is are all keeping well. I was just saying before the start of the programme, before I mention this next gentleman's name, that I was so blessed by the programme that he brought us yesterday morning, and that was, of course, David Dale. What a message, and what great music, of course, as well, but a great message in the word, and I really enjoyed listening to the programme from David Dale and Avril as well. So good to see you in the chat room tonight, folks. And there's Joan Garrett in as well. Gloria Miller Green. Good to see you coming into the programme. You know, friends, when you put a programme together, or programs are made together, and you put together maybe a week before or a few days before or whatever. But I was listening to this gentleman and lady singing, and I was just thinking to myself, you know, I've never heard them doing a duet before. And I love both of them singing. More so the gentleman, which is Bill Anderson. I love Bill Anderson's voice. The lady singer is Dolly Parton, a very well-known singer, country singer from the States, of course, as well. But I happen to be tuned into Our Lady of Good Friend Myrna's programme on Sunday evening. And as faith, not fate, but faith has it, Myrna had played the same song. But I wasn't for taking it out, because there could be someone there, both live or maybe on the catch-up, that wasn't on Sunday night, and there could be a message in this particular song. And I do believe the title of it says it all. The title is called Someday It Will All Make Sense. Isn't that a wonderful title? So when we put a programme together, we could have maybe 3 or 4 songs in it that some of the other presenters has played the day before, the night before, the week before. But never take them out, folks. I never would take them out. So Bill Anderson, Dolly Parton are going to bring us Someday It Will All Make Sense.
I stared at the heavens, my heart full of anger, so mad I was shaking my fist, when out of the darkness a voice soft and tender said, someday it'll all make sense. Someday the picture will come into focus, and we'll see it all plain and clear. When we come together in the place He has for us, where the pain and the hurt disappear. Someday we'll laugh at these roads that we've traveled. I am completely convinced that hope never dies or goes out of fashion. Someday it'll all make sense. Someday the picture will come into focus, and we'll see it all plainly clear. When we come together in the place He has for us, where the pain and the hurt disappear. Someday we'll laugh at these roads that we've traveled. I am completely convinced that hope never dies or goes out of fashion. Someday it'll all make sense. Someday it'll all make sense.
How true that is. Someday it'll all make sense. Someday all our questions will be answered. Beautiful, beautiful song there from Bill Anderson. That, of course, is Whispering Bill Anderson and Dolly Parton. And the voices together are fantastic, and what a message in the song as well. I want to give a big shout out to first time viewer. I'm just thinking, get the name here, Ronnie Accord. Is that right? Would that be right? Welcome to the program. Welcome to Country and Southern Gospel. And I know Overland David has made you welcome already, and that is good. So it's great to see you coming in. Do tell others about us, and we will keep on blessing you around the world. We will indeed. Joan McWhirter's in. Hi, Joan. There's Sandra Lou Peretti. So good to get you back on with me again. I don't know what had happened. I'd lost you, as I explained to you in the wee message, that you had maybe 3 different accounts coming up, and I wasn't sure which one was which. So I must have deleted the wrong account. So I do apologise for that. So it's good to see you back on with us again. Hi, Jeremy. That's Jeremy Williams. Good to see you. And Elizabeth Gardner from Lurgan. And there's my wee sister from Portadown, Ann Singleton. Good to see you, Ann. And Violet McMillan over there on the YouTube as well. Georgina Harvey, is that right? On the YouTube as well. Good to see you coming in to the programme. Well, folks, normally when you come on a Wednesday night, you see the sheriff in his vest, as they call it in the States. Of course, the waistcoat with the badge and the shirt and whatever. This shirt, I bought this shirt a number of months back, maybe, 6 months ago. And I've always been wanting one of these particular shirts. And I'll explain to you why. Our next singer was the first gentleman that I seen wearing the shirt of this sort of pattern. Now, I've been a lot better shirt than this one, I can assure you, but I fell for the colours and I fell for the shirt, so I had to go and get one the same. Wearing it tonight in honour of him, because he has a new release out, a new CD or a new project in the States, and he was kind enough to send it to us here at Country and Southern Gospel. And I have picked this particular one from tonight. I played one of his songs was played last week. I'm going to play another one on Friday, God willing. But this particular piece here, I love the words of this one. And Myrna always says, do listen to the words if you would. As Mike Wellman sings it for you. Where would you live tomorrow?
no other nights before. The smell of smoke and whiskey, I stumbled out the door. As I fumbled for my car keys, a man I never knew came and shook my hand and called me friend. He said, "Can I talk to you?" His face was worn and wrinkled like the Bible in his hand. He said, "I know the pain you're going through. I've been there too, my friend. But I met an old preacher and heard the words he had to say. He said, where would you live tomorrow if you would die today? If you would take your final breath on this earth below, have you thought about tomorrow? Have you thought about your soul? Our lives are but a vapor that soon will pass away. Where would you live tomorrow if you would die today? With tears running down my face, I fell down on my knees. He led me in a sinner's prayer. That night I was set free. Though that preacher's gone on to his heavenly home, I can still hear him say, where would you live tomorrow if you would die today? If you would take your final breath on this earth below, have you thought about tomorrow? Have you thought about your soul? Our lives are but a vapor that soon will pass away. Where would you live tomorrow if you would die today? I'm begging you, my sinner friend, don't wait too late to pray. Where would you live tomorrow if you would die today?
New track from the News Project from Mike Wellman. A beautiful, beautiful song. Where would you live tomorrow if you would die today? He's just asking that question, so I hope you have the right answer for him, folks. I really do. Hello to Noel Murphy. Good to see you. And hello to our very own Roy Mitchell. Good to see you in, Roy. That's our Sunday afternoon man. Lois Kirsch is in. I seen Leonard Graham's name popping up. Hello, Leonard. Say hello to Margaret for me. And there's Rosie Wooten as well. Over on the YouTube once again, it's Isabel Churchill. As always, good to see you, Isabel. And there's Freddie Laverty's in as well. Finish off the names this time with Lorna and Roger Boyce. Good to see you coming into the programme from just outside Tandragee here, outside a little village called Sciarva. And here's another great piece coming for you right now. Jesus is meant to be. Jesus is meant to be. It's brought to you by a group called Anointed Family.
I've been wandering down this dusty road, carrying a heart that's heavy like a load. I prayed and I pondered, but still I can't see. Oh, Jesus, is it meant to be? I've been loving her with all my might, but sometimes it just don't feel right. In this quiet church on bended knee, I'm asking Jesus, is it meant to be? Jesus, guide me through this sea of doubt. Show me what love is really all about. Is this the one, or should I set her free? Oh, Jesus, is it meant to be? Her smile shines like the morning sun, but our hearts have battles that ain't won. In your wisdom, Lord, I seek to see. Jesus, tell me, is it meant to be? I know your plans are bigger than mine, but my heart's wearing thin like twine. Wrap me in your grace and let me see. Jesus, is it meant to be? Jesus, guide me through this sea of doubt. Show me what love is really all about. Is this the one, or should I set her free? Oh, Jesus, is it meant to be? Guide me through this sea of doubt. Show me what love is really all about. Is this the one, or should I set her free? Oh, Jesus, is it meant to be?
There we are. Good toe tapper for you there. Jesus, is it meant to be? That was brought to you by Anointed Family. So, let's say hello to Gladys Kerr. Gladys, has been too long from I catch up with you. Good to see you coming in to the programme. And there's Fox's Entertainment. Good to see you in there. The man himself, and that's Steve Bruno Samuels, one of our singers from the US. And it's good to see you coming in. Kirsty Gilmore. Hello, Kirsty. From Tandragee and Margaret Vennard, good to see you. And there's Amanda McLaren and David A. That's David A. Brown, one of our singers as well. David's on our list, but not tonight. But you're on my playlist, David. So you are very, very soon. So good to see you coming in to the programme tonight. I'll finish off the names with my daughter from another mother. That's our Vanessa. Say hello to Brennan as well. Okay, Luke Bryan is the next singer coming along, and a more modern singer maybe, but what a beautiful piece he's going to bring us. And it's Jesus About the Kids. Jesus About My Kids.
I used to talk to my kids about Jesus the same way that my mom and daddy did.
talk to my kids about Jesus. Now I talk to Jesus about my kids. When they're born, you dive right in, trying like hell to get them born again. Pull out them Bible stories, then you stumble your way through. You do your best to steer them straight, tell them about who he is and ain't, and answer all their questions, even though you've got some too. I used to talk to my kids about Jesus, how he lived and died and rose again. I used to talk to my kids about Jesus. Now I talk to Jesus about my kids. You lose your grip the more they grow. They won't listen cause they think they know. And you watch them going down a dead-end road and you can't stop them. Lord, please watch them. I used to talk to my kids about Jesus. Pray they'd find him sooner than I did. I used to talk to my kids about Jesus. Now I talk to Jesus about my kids. Guide them as they go, cause if anyone does, you know, along the straight and narrow, all the places they could fall. I used to talk to my kids about Jesus. He knew and loved them long before I did. I used to talk to my kids about Jesus. Now I talk to Jesus about my kids. I used to talk to my kids about Jesus. Now I talk to Jesus about my kids.
There we are. Luke Bryan is the name of the singer. I'm sure a lot of the younger folks would have all have heard of Luke Bryan. Jesus about my kids. Good song it is too. I just want to stop right now and bring your attention to a wee message come up on our screen from Vanessa. Could I ask for you all to remember me in prayer? I got a phone call this afternoon. I have to go to the Mater Hospital, that's in Belfast of course, to the eye clinic for surgery. So do remember Vanessa, that's my daughter from another mother, Vanessa McQuaid. You can see her name on the screen there. Lift her before the Lord in prayer, because I know what it's like. I got cataract done. It'll be 6 weeks. It'll actually be 6 weeks on next Friday, and it's still not right. I've still got a blurry vision, and I've still got not a lot of pain, but a little bit of pain in my eye. So I have to go back on to the hospital on next Friday morning. So there'll be not this Friday now. There'll be heartfelt memories this Friday, but the following Friday, the 24th. There'll be no heartfelt memories with the sheriff, because I'll be down getting this get it looked at again. So do remember Vanessa in your prayers as she goes for eye surgery. There's nothing as bad, folks, as having a sore eye or an eye that you can't see out of, or there's swelling in it or bleeding in it or whatever. So I ask you to lift it before the Lord in prayer. We know the Lord is a healing God. So just do remember our Vanessa, if you would, in prayer. I want to say hello also to where are we? Philip Stewart. Hi Philip, good to see you coming in. There's Norma Duncan's in as well, and there's a young man who's in the chat room there saying, Sheriff, I love the badge. Where did you get that badge? Well, I got it from a very good friend in the USA. His name is the Chaplain. He goes under that name when he's doing his program, but his proper name is Jim Lyon. It is indeed, and I love it. It takes pride of place. It comes off here, it gets cleaned off, and it gets put back into the wee box again until next Wednesday night, till it's coming out to go on to some other piece of equipment on this body of mine. and it'll be doing that as long as the good Lord gives me strength to do it. And it's proper heavy badge, I can assure you. It's a real good badge, and I wear it with pride. And it's really a blessing to have a friend like Jim and Monica Lyon. I'm looking forward to Monica being back with us tomorrow evening. I missed her last week. Of course, there's problems with the old internet and the weather and everything else over there in the States. So it's good to see you coming into the programme tonight, Jim. And I know you're sharing because I see Teresa Wright Smith, one of your friendly twins, in as well tonight. So keep on sharing, get the rest of them in. Get the rest of the family and members in. And we'll just get on with this programme right now and bring you the next piece. A great piece it is too. And it's from a lady called Jessica Horton. I love Jessica's voice. You know, Jessica has a fantastic voice. And I don't play near enough of her songs. But here's a beautiful piece coming from Jessica Horton right now. It's one called Seated on the Throne.
For the breakthrough, I may not know just how you'll do it, but I know you, and I keep thinking while I'm waiting that you can see the whole race run while I'm here praying. So I let go.
Beautiful voice once again of Jessica Horton with You're Seated on the Throne. Before I mention any more names, I'm just going to bring you this next song. And I just want to dedicate this to the boss man himself, to Clifford, because anytime I love to see Clifford. I know you all love to see Clifford doing a programme, and I can assure you, we will have more of him definitely. But it's you always, if you look at the table or look wherever he's doing his program from, he always has that Bible with the duct tape on it, which was his father's Bible. Now the next song is coming your way tonight is one called That Old Beat Up Bible. And I was thinking about that when I played it, when I listened to it, and it's a fantastic piece. And I think about Clifford's father's Bible when I see that there. And just you listen to these words as Little Big Town brings us the beat up Bible.
This beat up Bible, dusty on a shelf, worn out and torn up, don't look like much, but it'll get you through hell. It's been held in the hands of all the ones that I love. It might be falling off the binding, but every line in it still holds up. This beat up Bible, yeah, that old recliner in this living room, she was sitting right there teaching me a prayer, all that she knew about the words on the pages, about the greatest gift. Where you find the truth, you find the proof of how love still lives in this beat up Bible. I can hear her saying, baby, when you're praying, give him all your words, he'll give you all you need. When you're crying and you're working, all you gotta do is just believe in this beat up Bible, in this beat up Bible, yeah. I was holding her hand when she was on her way home. She said, baby, don't cry, I'm going to see the one who rolled away the stone. Yeah, I can hear her saying, baby, when you're praying, give him all your words and give you all you need. I'm crying and I'm hurting, and nothing else is working, so I opened up the pages and start to read this beat up Bible, dusty on a shelf, worn out and torn up, don't look like much, but it gets you through hell.
Prayed a prayer last night to heaven. It wasn't fancy kind of plain, and I was feeling sad and lonely, like I'd lost my greatest friend. I had no one left to talk to, and my eyes were filled with tears.
my Savior answered, and it was music to my ears. He said, my child, I will forgive you. You know that's why I bled and died. I know the struggles you've been facing, and all the pain you feel inside. And I know you're truly sorry for the wrong things that you've done. Just remember, child, I love you like the Father loves his Son. Talked it over with Jesus, and he explained it all so well. How he gave his life to save me from the awful fires of hell. And I listened with amazement as he spoke to me alone, and he assured me of his promise that he'd come back to take me home. He said, my child, I will forgive you. You know that's why I bled and died. I know the struggles you've been facing, and all the pain you feel inside. And I know you're truly sorry for the wrong things that you've done. Just remember, child, I love you like the Father loves his Son. Yeah, just remember, child, I love you like the Father loves his Son.
There we are, we back to back for you there. Little Big Time brought us Beat Up Bible, beautiful piece as was said, and Travis Tritt brought us that there. A little bit modern, but what a message. And I've seen a lot of comments coming up and said they enjoyed the song. Like the Father loves the Son. Big shout out to Darren Peach. Good to see you in, Darren, as always. Love to see you coming into the programs, Darren. Anne and Harry Richmond from Portadown. Good to see you in, Harry. And there's Carol Smith from our Jim Lyons' favourite place to say, Carrickfergus. He's one of the only, I'd say, very few of the real American presenters can say Carrickfergus and Tandragee like Jim can say it. Really love to hear him saying it. And there's great to see you coming into the programme. Of course it is. Big shout out to Davey as well. And there's Deborah Schultz, one of our singers over there on the YouTube. Good to see you in, Deborah. Thank you. Hope and pray you're doing well. And Marlene Strain's in. Hello, Marlene. And there's Barry Mitchell is in as well. A few more names to come to give you, and I will say those very, very soon before I bring you this next piece. Beautiful piece it is, and the singers are Tracy Lawrence and Greg Morgan. Beautiful singers, as I said already, and it's one called Finally Home.
fire of the fight, seen the loss and the cost of sacrifice. After all the distant roads that I've been on, I'm finally home. I'm finally home.
I left my friends and my family behind. I crossed oceans, laid my life on the line. Faced my fears in the heart of the unknown. I'm finally home. I'm finally home.
Finally home with my loved ones all around me.
Finally home in a place where I belong.
I can finally start to build my future on this cornerstone. I'm finally home.
I'm finally home.
After all the battle lines that I have crossed,
And all the brothers and the sisters lost,
I'm thankful for the love that I've been shown.
and I'm finally home.
I'm finally home. After all the distant roads that I've been on,
I'm finally home.
I'm finally home.
Beautiful song there, a little bit sad, yeah, but what a message in it there from Terry Lawrence and Greg Morgan. I'm finally home. I want to say a big shout out and a big welcome into the program tonight to our Ruth Fairgrave. Hello, Ruth. Lovely to see you in the program. Hope and pray you're keeping well. And I know Anne misses you up there at Strong Court. Margaret Anderson, good to see you in. Hello, Dave. Our Dave Poling, good to see you in, Dave, as always. Always love to have you coming into the programs. And there's Susan Dempster is in as well. Good to see you all coming in, folks. Here's a gentleman coming up, and yes, he's a very popular and very well-known country singer, but he has some voice for gospel as well. His name is Alan Jackson. He's going to sing one for us now, one called When God Paints.
When God paints, birds sing. He colors every feather on a sparrow's wing. When God paints, the wind blows. With a stroke of love, he dips his brush in a rainbow. Sometimes I take for granted the simple things. I can be his biggest critic when it starts to rain. But there's always a bigger picture I can't explain. When God paints, a heart beats, a life begins, a season ends, and lovers meet. And I've learned that sometimes It's not always black and white or well defined. When God paints, sometimes I take for granted the simple things. I can be his biggest critic when it starts to rain. There's always a bigger picture I can't explain. When God paints, we dance. And I reach across the canvas and I take your hand. And my world is so complete. When I look at you, a masterpiece is all I see. When God paints, sometimes I take for granted the simple things. I can be his biggest critic when it starts to rain. There's always a bigger picture I can't explain. When God paints, I pray I always see the beauty inside the frame. When God paints,
one of my favourite pieces from Alan Jackson, of all the songs he sings, has got to be "Wanna Stroll Over Heaven with You." But I can tell you now that takes second place there, because what a beautiful message in that song. When God paints, just do go back to the programme again. I'll put it up for you. You can get it on the YouTube. You can get it live now, of course, on YouTube, but you can also go back and you can watch it on the YouTube and listen to it again and share it with other friends and let them get the blessing of the songs as well. But do listen to the words of those songs all again on your own time, in your own privacy, in your own house. Should you put your headphones on or should you turn it up full volume? But you will get a real blessing from all those songs, and especially that one there, When God Paints. I really love listening to that gentleman singing, but what a message that is as well. I'm going to bring you a couple of wee announcements now, just as we come to a close, with a couple more songs to bring you, but these announcements are very important as well. It's Christian Breaks and an evening of old gospel hymns. It's on the Saturday, the 18th of January, which is this Saturday, I believe, isn't it? It is indeed. 7:30 at the Lodge Hotel in Coleraine. Taking part will be Fred Greenfield, Alex Robb, the Hebron Choir. The epilogue will be from Gordon Thompson from Scotland. For further information, contact Desi, that's Desi Coffee, on 07977 637 282. And that's one announcement. Now we'll go to our next one here, which is one that's very close to all our hearts here at Country and Southern Gospel. And of course, this young Ozzy Wallace, that's Gordon's much younger brother, is having a CD release of Ozzy Wallace, and that's the beautiful picture there of the Mourne Mountains in the background, not of Ozzy, now of the Mourne Mountains in the background, and it's entitled Bigger Than Any Mountain. Saturday the 15th of February in Ballynahinch Baptist Church, and that of course is at 7:30 p.m. With special guests, and there she is herself, Sharon Morrison, Billy Wilson, Colin Elliott, Amy Roberts, Sam Bright, three young fellas there, and that's Revival. It's not right, shouldn't be keeping them going. And our very own Friday night man, it's Mr. Jim Ferguson, it is indeed. So a great lineup of great singers and great artists, and you'll have a blessed time. And to top it all off, there'll be light refreshments at the end of it all as well. So well worth a visit to those two venues coming up very, very soon. Now that one will be very, it'll go in so quickly. It's just unreal. It's just how quickly they all go. So just put the camera back on again. Not that you want to look at me, but time's racing on here, and I have two more beautiful pieces to bring you here. So I just put that name on that. I'll say hello to Colin Moffat and to Marlene. Good to see you coming in, Colin. And there's the names are starting to all come back in again. So I'll say hello to a new name that I've seen coming in, Tammy, and that's Tammy Richardson. It's good to see you coming into the program. As always, if I've missed anyone, I'll try and scroll down and catch you. But I do apologise if I've missed you, because you're all very, very important to us here at Country and Southern Gospel, and tonight, of course, for the Country Gospel with the Sheriff as well. Josh Turner and Ricky Skaggs, two great singers in their own right, and great voices, different voices. They're going to bring together for us right now with a beautiful piece, and it's one called For the Love of God. And it's a toe tapper. It's a toe tapper.
Some folks will do anything for money, cheat and lie and steal. Won't even take the time to go to church on Sunday, but they got plenty of time to make a deal. Please forgive me if I ever act like that. That ain't the way I wanna be. I pray every night that everything I do be for the love of God. For the love of God is why I try so hard. I ain't trying to win the praise of man. I live for the love of God. Some people only want to have a good time, drinking and carrying on. They get behind the wheel, and the next thing you know, somebody's child is gone. Please forgive me if I ever get that way. That ain't the way I wanna be. I pray every night that everything I do be for the love of God. For the love of God is why I try so hard. I ain't trying to win the praise of man. I live for the love of God. For the love of God is why I try so hard. I ain't trying to win the praise of man. I live for the love of God. I ain't trying to win the praise of man. I live for the love of God.
Just as the fiddles fade off into the distance, beautiful piece there from Josh Turner and Ricky Skaggs, For the Love of God. And yes, Dale, thank you for bringing that to our attention. Of course, if you've seen the Facebook or YouTube news this past week or so, you've seen that gentleman passed away. That, of course, is Buck White, father of the two girls, the two sisters that sang along with him. One of the girls is married to Ricky Skaggs, and what a great combination they were together. I loved listening to them, and I used to watch and listen to them on the it was the family reunion that they with, of course, the man himself, Bill Anderson, and the Whites would have been singing there, the two girls, and he would have been singing along with them. Absolutely brilliant. But 94, 95 years of age, he sure got a good innings, and he's sure reading on the wee piece that the daughters put up, that they were so delighted that their father was actually suffering and pain was over and he was gone to glory to be with his Saviour. So what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful message in that wee piece there. And For the Love of God. And you know, as Bill Anderson and Dolly Parton sang earlier on, and someday it'll all make sense. I know sometimes now, looking at life and looking at things that's going on around us, you say to yourself, you know, you criticise other people and you criticise the world and criticise presidents and prime ministers and government people. But someday it'll all make sense. It'll all add up someday that when they meet their maker and he decides on their fate. I can assure you that day is to come. And when you pass someone, I was passing a shop today and I normally just pass him by. The guy sits there and he's begging. It's not for me to judge why he's begging. Is he homeless, or is he using his money for to buy drink or to buy drugs? But I just had a few coppers of change in my pocket. I put it into it and he thanked me very much and told me to have a lovely day. And I've seen him sitting there so often and I've passed him by so often. And you criticise people that you see that are ill, and criticise people that are maybe not able to walk right or not able to talk right, or you know, but we all do it, folks. A lot of us do it, but just stop and think. Stop and think. And listen to the words of our final piece as we bring it to you very soon. And it's one, I feel sorry for them. And this is coming from a man, Bradley Walker. Look Bradley Walker up on YouTube and look at his testimony and his life, and you'll know what I'm talking about, folks. You will indeed. Don't forget to come back tomorrow. God willing, tomorrow being Thursday, it'll be the Chaplain's Corner at 2 p.m. and then Thursday's Blessings with Monica. If anything changes within that, we'll let you know, because Jim is having a few issues with internet and stuff, and we never know the minute when he's going to be cut off again. But hope and pray for him that he would not be cut off, and he'll be back on again with us tomorrow at 2 p.m. our time, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, and then at 8 o'clock tomorrow night our time, that's 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So God bless you all until we meet again for Heartfelt Memories with the Sheriff on Friday morning. As I did say, remember all those folks that need a touch from the Lord in prayer. Keep remembering our Myrna and keep giving her strength. The Lord gives her strength to keep coming on and doing what she's doing here at the studio. Remember Vanessa. There's a few more people that I'm going to put on to the prayer room. I was given this the past few days, and it's a private prayer request, so I'll pass it on to David Novel. I don't have my wee button tonight to press it, and I do apologise for that. I have a new wee setup here we're working on that I can work myself when the boss man's away anytime, so we'll get that back up again for Friday morning's programme. Hello to Ethel Finley's just I seen her name coming in there. Good to see you coming in. Good to see everybody coming in that's just wanting to listen and enjoy the music and not take part in the chat. That's okay. That's what it's all about too, if that's what you want to do. Lowell Wilt is in as well. Just say hello to Lowell. Okay, folks, let's get on with the song. I Feel Sorry for Them from Bradley Walker. God bless you all until we meet again.
From the day that I was born, I've learned to live with how things are. I'll never step up to the microphone or strum my own guitar. For over 30 years now I've been sitting in this chair. When people stop and ask me if I think life's been unfair, I say, I feel sorry for the hard-working mother raising children on her own. And I feel sorry for the man who has to call a cold underpass his home. And all the lonely people out there who cannot find a friend. Yeah, I feel sorry for them. I've got a few bucks in my pocket and good boots upon my feet, and a healthy mom and daddy, they live just down the street. A God who gives me mercy those times when I've gone wrong, and another day to pour my heart into a song. So I feel sorry for the ones who had their house blown away in a hurricane, and I feel sorry for the ones who lost somebody on that sad September day. Anybody who hates somebody for the color of their skin, yeah, I feel sorry for them. I pity those who do not know that the lucky ones are the ones who love the most. Cannot find a friend. Yeah, I feel sorry for them.